Hi everyone, this week we're going to be looking at the minor scale. That's the scale that's going to start on La, if we're doing the solfa. So the first things first, I'm just going to teach you a song, and I think most of the groups have already done this, but if not, here's your chance to have a go at it. If you have, here's your chance to have a recap of it. And I'm going to give you the recording of the tune all the way through on its own, and then because it's a round, I'll sing the round parts twice through as well. I'll give you the recording of that. So first things first, I'm just going to sing the song through and then I'll break it down and teach it to you. So it goes. Up, O bird, take thy flight, high above the sorrows of this dark night. Up, O bird, take thy flight, high above the sorrows of this dark night. So that tune goes. I'll sing the first bit first, I'll point at myself, and I'll point at you when it's your turn to sing. So, up, O bird, up, O bird, take thy flight, take thy flight, high above the sorrows, high above the sorrows of this dark night, of this dark night. Good, and if you need to go back over any of that bit, just wind it back and have another go through. This time, some bigger chunks. So I'll split the song in half, and I'll sing one section, let you guys have a go, one more section, let you guys have a go, and then we'll sing the whole thing all the way through. So, up, O bird, take thy flight. Up, O bird, take thy flight, high above the sorrows of this dark night, high above the sorrows of this dark night. And it goes round just as I sang at the beginning. Up, O bird, take thy flight, high above the sorrows of this dark night. Up, O bird, and you can just sing that round as many times as you want. That's your first task. Your second's coming right up. So for your second task, since we've been doing lots of hand signs over the past couple of weeks, I thought it would be a really good opportunity to do that in the practice of a song, and we're going to go through and hand sign this whole melody. So I'll sing it once through like I did before, but this time with the hand signs instead of the words, and then I'm going to break it down into those smaller chunks, and you can copy the hand signs back at me, so I'll sing each bit twice. Off I go with the tune for the first time through, and we're starting on La. La, ti, do, do, re, mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do, ti, la. La, ti, do, go. La, ti, do, do, re, mi, la, sol, la, mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do, ti, la, re, do, ti, la. Very good. And if you need, I'm going to go through that middle bit, the kind of last two sections a little bit slower. So we've done la, ti, do, re, mi, la, sol, la, mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do, ti, la, re, do, ti, la. And that whole bit all joined together, slowly first. Mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do, ti, la. Mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do, ti, la. And now the whole thing through. I'll sing it twice through, but you can join in with me the first time through if you feel like you've got it. Here we go. Off we go. La, ti, do, do, re, mi, mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do, ti, la. La, ti, do, re, mi, la, sol, la, mi, re, do, ti, la. Very good. And once you feel like you've got the hang of that, try it again with the words, but hand signs as well. So off we go, up, O bird, take thy flight, high above the sorrows of this dark night. I got that one wrong at the end, didn't I? So I brought you over to the piano for the next bit. I thought it would just be really useful for you to hear that major scale and the minor scale, and we can compare them and listen to some pieces and talk about what makes them different and the different sounds that they create. So first off, because I'm a pianist, I would always start with C major. So I'm going to start with the C major scale. And we're used to that. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That's the sound we'd have if we did that whole major scale with sol, fa. And then our relative minor, so if we went from do down to la, is A minor, and I'm going to play that one for you. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Or some of you might be more used to hearing this one, which is slightly altered. That's the harmonic minor scale there. They're both minor scales, they're ever so slightly different. And we have this big jump between that 7th note and the 6th note. And I quite often tell a lot of my pupils when we're learning this on the piano, it sounds quite Middle Eastern or quite Arabic, because that's an interval that gets used a lot in scales around that part of the world. It also sounds like a lot of the kind of sound world in the Disney film Aladdin. Arabian Nights starts with that kind of interval going on. So go and listen to that if you want to hear it. But now I'm gonna play you a couple of pieces now, or just a few bars from a couple of pieces, and they're both taken from the same set of keyboard pieces. It's the 24 Preludes and Fugues by Johann Sebastian Bach. And Bach wrote these as a way of kind of demonstrating a new method of tuning his keyboard instruments that he'd come up with, so that you could play in all of the 12 major keys and 12 minor keys, one for each key on the piano, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and so on. Because prior to that, you wouldn't have been able to do it quite in the same way. You maybe would have had to retune a couple of things. So here's the first few bars of the C major prelude. And that's a very famous one, and you sometimes hear it being performed with a tune sung over the top, Ave Maria. Sing it. And that was added in by a late composer, Charles Gounod, who added in that little Ave Maria text over the top. And then the next one is the C minor prelude. Again, it's from the same collection, the same 24 Preludes and Fugues. So this is the C minor prelude. And I'm going to stop there because it's really hard. So we can hear the difference in those kind of sound worlds, those tonalities is the musical word for it, the kind of feel of those pieces and how they might make us feel and what reaction they might provoke. We start off with this C major that's very kind of still and calming, and then we've got this very fast and furious C minor thing. So what I would like you to do is go away and find me two pieces of music. These can be pieces that you're playing, They can be pieces that you've listened to and enjoyed. It can be pop music, it can be classical, it can be folk music, it can be absolutely anything. I want you to find one piece that you think is in a major key, and I want you to pick one piece that you think is in a minor key, or mostly in a major key, or mostly in a minor key, depending on the piece you pick. And I'd like you to tell me a little bit about the kind of the feelings that you think are associated with this piece, or a word to describe it. So I used calming for this C minor and furious for that C minor. Calming for the C major, furious for the C minor. So see if you can come up with a word that kind of describes the style of that piece of music, or what you think it might make you feel or think. And that's it. Have fun. So I completely forgot what I was meaning to do when I recorded this video. Was when I'd played you the C major prelude, I was then going to play it in a minor key, and when I played you the C minor prelude, I was going to play it in a major key. So here's the original C major. And then here's what happens when we put that in C minor instead. So have a think about those differences. What was the difference in sound quality? All I did, as much as I could, was change the piece from major to minor. And then we're going to do the same thing with the C minor prelude. So here's the original C minor. And here's the C minor prelude, but played in a major key and much slower, because I haven't spent years practicing it, unlike the original. And only one massive pause and about 7 other takes. So have a think about what changed about those pieces in terms of their feel and their mood by changing the key. And there's actually a good couple of YouTube videos that I might link you to of similar things where people change a key from major to minor and completely change the feel of the whole song. Have fun.